This educational video series is brought to you by East End Tick and Mosquito Control, a New York State licensed pest control company specializing in tick and mosquito control. A major contributor to the Stony Brook Southampton Hospital Regional Tick-Borne Disease Resource Center, Brian Kelly is committed to protecting the well-being of the residents of the East End. These educational videos have been produced with the goal of empowering Long Islanders through education. We hope you enjoy these lessons on tick bite safety and prevention. Hello, this is April Nill-Boitano, President of TickWise Education. Welcome to our next video on how to remove a tick. When you find a tick on you, step 1, do not panic. Remain calm. Assess the situation. Is the tick biting you? Is it not biting you? Is there anyone else around that could help you? Stop, breathe, and think. If the tick is biting you, you're going to need the right tools for the job. And don't worry, we're going to tell you exactly what those are. The right tools for the job are going to depend on whether or not the tick is already biting you and embedded in your skin, or if the tick is simply crawling on you, looking for a good spot to bite. How to prevent ticks from biting you will be covered in another video. Okay, there's a tick biting you, but it's okay. You're about to learn everything that you need to do to get the tick off of you and ensure your best chances of not getting a germ from that tick. So don't be scared, be prepared. As you learned from the first TickWise video, ticks feed on blood from animals and humans. It is very important not to disturb a tick while it's feeding until you're ready to remove it. The longer the tick feeds, the more its belly is going to swell up with blood, and the greater your chances of catching a germ if the tick has one. A tick will stay attached to a person or pet and feed for several days until it falls off naturally. Yeah, you don't want to wait for that. You want to gather up your tools and remove a tick as soon as you find one. I often hear people say that they have no idea where they were when they picked up the tick that's biting them. The main reason for this, besides the fact that ticks are so small, is the amazing properties of tick saliva, also known as tick spit. Did you ever wonder how a tick could be biting you, but you didn't feel it bite? Ticks are pretty amazing creatures, adapted to stay attached to their prey without being caught. The mouth of a tick makes 3 things: cement, anesthesia, and blood thinner. First, when the tick finds a good spot to settle in for a snack, it makes a tiny cut with its mouth parts, using a pain-numbing type of natural anesthesia that dulls the pain of the bite so you won't feel it. Next, the tick inserts the tiny straw called a hypostome to drink your blood. Once that hypostome is in place, the tick's mouth parts secrete a sticky, cement-like substance to keep the hypostome in place. Finally, the tick's saliva leaks blood thinners into your body that trick your immune system into not alerting you that a tick is biting you. If you had another foreign object, like a sharp splinter sticking in your skin, your immune system would kick into high gear and send inflammatory molecules to the area to fight for you. The area would become red and swollen, and it would hurt. Not so with a tick. Those sneaky little suckers could be drinking your blood for quite some time before you ever knew they were there. This is why tick checks are so important. For more information about tick bite prevention, visit tickwise.org and watch our prevention video. On this slide, we will look at some good choices for safe tick removal. The first, pointy-tipped tweezers, are my favorite, and I'll go into why on the next slide. The second is a tick key, which is a very useful tool that can be handily kept on your keyring. The third is a wire or a lasso type tool that is very useful for a patient that's not cooperating, such as a child or pet that sees a pointy pair of shiny tweezers coming at them and is barking or screaming and trying to get away from you. The crowbar type tool is another good option for hairy pets or small children that won't sit still. And number 5 is simple dental floss or a thread from your clothing, which is a very good do-it-yourself type option when you don't have any of the other tools available. Even if it means ripping a thread out of your clothing to get this job done, please do not ever squeeze a tick. You may push germs out of the tick into your body by accident. Not a good idea. You wouldn't hammer a nail with a banana. So again, make sure you stop, breathe, and think about what safe tools for tick removal you have nearby. Here are some actual photos of my own dog that was unfortunate enough to step in a nest of baby ticks. To the naked eye, they look like tiny dots or specks of dirt. But when seen under a microscope, these were definitely newborn baby tick larvae. I pulled about 130 ticks off of the dog, and I don't think I would have been able to do that with a tool other than the pointy-tipped tweezers. Now you understand why pointy-tipped tweezers can be your best friend when it comes to ticks. Although I've purchased all those tick removal tools at some point and used them, my favorite tool is definitely the pointy-tipped tweezers because it removes all sizes of ticks. It is also the best tool for ensuring that you get the whole tick. So if you accidentally remove a tick and the head breaks off, don't worry. The germs are in the gut, meaning the belly of the tick, and your skin will treat the tick head just like a splinter in your skin, and eventually your immune system will just push it out. Now that you've collected all of your tools, the pointy-tipped tweezers, not your mom's eyebrow tweezers, but the pointy-tipped tweezers, some iodine to clean the area after the tick is removed, and a plastic baggie, baby food jar, or some kind of plastic container to store the tick in case you need it later. Just make sure that whatever you use to store a live tick that was biting you or your pet, that it is tightly sealed and that the tick cannot escape. Great! Now you're ready to watch a short video on exactly what it looks like to remove a tick from a person or pet in the safest way possible.
Using fine-tipped tweezers. Grab the tick as close to its mouth as possible. Do not grab the tick around its swollen belly. You could push infected fluid from the tick into your body if you squeeze it. Gently pull the tick straight out until its mouth lets go of your skin. Do not twist the tick. This may break off the tick's body and leave the head in your skin. Put the tick in a dry jar or Ziploc bag and save it in the freezer for later identification if necessary.
So to recap the tick removal process, please note that putting any kind of oils or solvents was not part of the tick removal process. Forget all the ridiculous things you've heard about what you should put on a tick before you remove it. Do not disturb the tick. Do not put anything on the tick. Use your pointy-tipped tweezers to grasp the tick by its head as closely to the skin as possible and pull up and out in one smooth, steady motion without stopping. Don't be alarmed if you have to keep pulling because the tick won't let go. That tiny straw in your skin that the tick is drinking your blood through has that small amount of natural cement-like substance on it to keep the tick in place. Just keep pulling until the tick lets go. After the tick has been properly removed, make sure you clean the area with some iodine. Then save the tick in a plastic baggie or a jar. There are many good reasons to save a tick that's been biting you, not the least of which is simply to identify what species of tick it was. Different ticks carry different germs. This will be covered in a different video. For the purposes of this video, consider it saving the evidence. If you or your pet is sick, you may want to send the tick out to a laboratory to see what germs are in its belly. Your body has 5.5 quarts of blood in it. To find a teeny tiny germ? That tick only has 1 drop of blood inside, and that could provide important clues as to why a person or pet might be feeling ill. Here are some good ideas about how to save that evidence. You can trap a tick in clear tape, in a plastic baggie, or you could save it in a baby food jar. Give it a name and make it your pet. Just kidding. Lastly, you could put the tick in any of those traps and then put it in the freezer. This would preserve the tick for quite some time so that you could be sure if you need that evidence to send to a laboratory, the tick specimen will be in good condition for the laboratory to take a look inside. If you find a tick on you, make sure that you check all of your other tick hot zones and make sure that you also check everyone else in the house that has been in the same area where you may have picked up a tick. If you have followed these instructions to remove a tick safely and with the right tools as soon as you found one, think positive. You have the best chances that you can have that even if you encountered a tick with germs, not enough of those germs got into your body to make you sick. Treat your body as if you are fighting off a cold. Eat healthy foods, take your vitamins, exercise regularly, and go to bed on time so you can get enough sleep. Be as healthy as you can be. However, if in spite of your best efforts you begin to feel ill, you should see a doctor right away. Bring along your tick with the date you removed it as well, and have a discussion about what the next steps are. Early treatment of tick-borne illnesses can save a lot of headache later on. Speaking of headaches, here are some signs you may be coming down with a germ. A red spot or a rash near the tick bite, and not just a little bug bite rash, a big rash, or a full body rash. Neck stiffness, headache, nausea, weakness or fatigue, muscle or joint pain, achiness, fever, chills, swollen lymph nodes. Not everyone who gets a tick-borne illness gets that signature bullseye rash that you see that Lyme disease can cause. Some people who have Lyme disease never got a rash at all. For more information or laboratory testing for the tick or yourself, TickWise recommends iGeneX Labs for all your tick-borne disease testing needs, and ilads.org for more information about tick-borne illness symptoms and treatments. Congratulations! Once again, you've trained your eyes to be tick-wise. Now you know how to remove a tick the right way. Brian and I are so happy you took the time to watch this video. We hope it benefits you and your community. Don't be scared, be prepared, be safe, be tick-wise. Here are some questions to make sure you were paying attention. What is the best thing to put on your skin after a tick bite? Is it A, alcohol, B, iodine, C, hydrogen peroxide, or D, water? I hope you got the right answer, which is B, iodine. That's that orange-looking stuff that doctors will put on you before you have surgery. It kills all the germs. Which of these can be found in tick saliva? Is it A, blood thinner, B, anesthesia, C, glue like cement, or D, all of the above? And the answer is D, all of the above. True or false? It is okay to pinch and squeeze a tick to stop it from biting you. That is false. If you have a tick biting you, please do not pinch or squeeze it. You could squeeze some germs right out of that tick and into you. Only use approved and safe tick removal tools. What is the best tool for removing a tick that is biting you? Is it A, pesticides, B, pointy-tipped tweezers, C, a crowbar, or D, duct tape? The answer is B, pointy-tipped tweezers are the best tool for tick removal. What is the name of the straw-like body part that ticks drink blood through? Is it A, desiccate, B, arachnid, C, hypostome, or D, iodine? The answer is C. The straw-like body part that ticks drink blood through is called a hypostome. Why should you save a tick after you remove it from yourself or your pet? Is it A, so you can identify what species of tick bit you, B, just in case you get very sick and need more clues to get proper help, C, so you can keep it as a pet and teach it tricks, or D, the reasons in A and B? And the answer is D, for the reasons in A and B. Different ticks carry different germs, so knowing what species of tick bit you can be very helpful. And if you're very sick and need more clues, you never throw out evidence. That tick may provide important information that you can use to get proper help. Everyone gets sick from a tick bite. Is that statement true or is it false? And the answer is false. Not all ticks carry germs, and even if you got bit by a tick that had a lot of germs in it, you may have removed it in time and removed it correctly and not gotten any of those germs. Thanks again for watching our video. Hope you got a 100 on the quiz. And if you don't want to get sick, check yourself for ticks. Also, check out tickwise.org for more educational videos. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks again for watching. Train your eyes to be tick wise. Stay safe, stay healthy, be tick wise.